Welcome back, art lovers and hopeless romantics. In this chapter, we're exploring the vibrant art scene of Hawaii, where Lily and Nate find themselves drawn closer, even as their different worlds threaten to pull them apart. Indulge in a masterpiece of desire, where every brushstroke paints a picture of temptation. Chapter 6. Shifting Perspectives. The afternoon sun beat down on Waikiki Beach. Tourists sprawled on towels soaking up the rays. Lily sat under a striped umbrella, her laptop balanced on her knees. She'd been staring at the same email draft for an hour, cursor blinking accusingly at her indecision.
Dear Marco, about the luxury resort campaign.
Her fingers hovered over the keys, then dropped. With a frustrated sigh, she closed the laptop and leaned back, closing her eyes behind her designer sunglasses.
Tough day at the office?
Lily's eyes snapped open. Nate stood before her, camera in hand, and an amused smile playing on his lips.
Nate, what are you doing here?
He gestured vaguely down the beach.
Working, sort of. You?
Same.
Lily said, patting her closed laptop.
Sort of.
An awkward silence fell between them, heavy with unspoken thoughts about their sunrise hike 2 days ago. Nate cleared his throat.
Listen, I was about to grab a shave ice. Want to join me? You look like you could use a break.
Lily hesitated. She should say no. She had emails to answer, content to plan, but...
You know what? Yeah, that sounds great.
As they walked along the beach, Lily found herself relaxing. Nate had a way of making her forget about hashtags and engagement rates, if only for a moment.
So,
Nate said as they reached the shave ice stand.
How's the influencing going? Landed any big campaigns lately?
Was there a hint of judgment in his tone? Lily bristled slightly, then caught herself. No, he was genuinely asking.
Actually,
she said slowly.
I got offered a pretty amazing opportunity. Year-long campaign, global travel.
Wow.
Nate said, looking impressed.
That's huge. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Lily smiled, surprised by how good it felt to have him appreciate her work.
What about you? How's the book coming along?
Nate's face lit up as he launched into a description of the local stories he'd been capturing. Lily found herself captivated by his enthusiasm, the way his hands moved as he talked. They settled on a nearby wall, shave ice in hand, watching the waves roll in.
You know,
Nate said suddenly,
I've been thinking about what you said. About your work being real for you.
Lily turned to him, surprised.
Oh?
Nate nodded, looking a bit sheepish.
I think I might have been too quick to judge. The way you talk about your campaigns, the thought you put into your content. It's art, in its own way. Different from what I do, but still valid.
Something warm bloomed in Lily's chest.
That means a lot, actually. Thanks, Nate.
Their eyes met, and for a moment, the bustling beach faded away. Lily felt herself leaning in slightly, drawn by some invisible force. Then a glob of shave ice fell from Nate's cone, landing with a splat on his shirt. They both burst out laughing, the tension broken.
Smooth.
Lily giggled, handing him a napkin. As Nate dabbed at his shirt, Lily's phone buzzed. Another message from her manager about the resort campaign. The real world, intruding once again. Nate must have noticed her expression fall.
Everything okay?
Lily hesitated, then found herself opening up.
It's this campaign. It's an amazing opportunity, but I'm not sure it's what I want anymore. Or at least not all I want.
The words tumbled out before she could stop them.
Being here, seeing Hawaii through your eyes, it's made me realize there's so much more I could be doing with my platform. More authentic stories I could be telling.
Nate's eyes widened slightly.
Wow, that's great, Lily. Really.
Is it?
Lily laughed, but it sounded hollow.
Because it's terrifying. I've worked so hard to get where I am. The thought of changing direction now.
Nate placed a hand on her arm, the touch sending a jolt through her.
Hey, taking risks is scary. But from what I've seen, you're pretty amazing at what you do. I bet you could find a way to blend the glam with the genuine.
Lily looked at him, really looked at him. In that moment, she saw not just the rugged photographer who challenged her worldview, but someone who truly saw her. All of her.
What about you?
She asked softly.
Any big revelations lately?
Nate chuckled, rubbing the back of his neck.
Well, I might have realized that there's value in planning and curation too. Not everything has to be raw and unfiltered to be meaningful.
Their eyes met again, a current of understanding passing between them. Just then, A group of tourists walked by, one of them pointing excitedly at Lily.
Oh my god, it's Lily in bloom. Can we get a photo?
The spell was broken. Lily plastered on her professional smile, posing with the fans, while Nate stepped back, watching with a mix of admiration and something like longing. As the fans walked away, Lily turned back to Nate, an apology on her lips. But he just smiled, a soft, genuine thing that made her heart skip.
Duty calls, huh?
He said, no judgment in his voice.
Yeah.
Lily said, suddenly reluctant to leave.
I should probably get back to work.
Nate nodded, standing up.
Me too. But, there's this local art show tomorrow night. Pretty low-key, authentic island vibes. If you're not too busy with influencer stuff, maybe you'd like to come? As friends, of course.
Lily felt a smile spread across her face.
You know what? I'd love to.
As they parted ways, Lily felt lighter somehow. The decision about the resort campaign still loomed. Her fears about changing her brand still nagged. But for the first time in a long while, she felt excited about the possibilities. She cast one last glance over her shoulder at Nate's retreating form. Maybe, just maybe, there was room in her carefully curated life for something a little more authentic.